Okay. Believe it or not, those were the softball questions. Now we get to the hard stuff. And I just want to remind everyone, I didn't write any of these questions. So what we're going to have now is a quick break where I'm going to pose to each of the candidates questions that were written specifically for them individually. I did not write these questions, but I may temper the tone or the wording to make them a little more objective and fair. But I think the questions I'm picking from the ones that were written specifically for each of you, in many cases there were several along the same theme, so that identifies to me there's a real interest, there's real concerns, and there's real questions that people have for you. We're starting with Pastor Stewart, and each of you will have a different question. Warren Stewart, you have called for a positive campaign process. When one of your surrogates called Mr. Robinson a quote-unquote house Negro, considering your involvement in civil rights, why did you not denounce that pronouncement? And do you denounce that comment now?
Clovis Campbell, who owns and publishes the Arizona Informant, wrote a column just as all other newspapers write articles. And he wrote what I would have never said. I went to him and spoke to him about that. I shared with him my thoughts about what he said. If he had concerns about the candidate, he should have addressed concerns directly instead of bringing up the issue of house Negro and field Negro. So I did what I do. I went to the source and I had a conversation with him. I didn't feel the need to publicly share my disassociation with that. I went to him and told him how I felt.
Thank you very much. The next question is for Luis Rodriguez. It's basically a question that says, compared to many of the other candidates, you seem to lack experience in elected office. How do you answer this concern about your ability to take office and be effective?
Well, I think experience takes on a lot of different faces. I'm sure they've got a lot of experience. I spent 25 years in the Army. I led men in different environments all over the world. I don't think that I have a lack of experience in talking truth to power. If anybody knows about what a chief warrant officer does in the Army, that's exactly what his job is. To speak truth to power. To talk to officers that certainly outrank them and tell them the truth, whether they like it or not. So yeah, I might not have civic city council experience. I may not have been on committees, but I know how to deal with people. I know how to get things done. I know how to lead people. I know how to have a vision and follow that vision. I know how to accomplish things. I know how to get things done. So if we're talking about experience, I would say that maybe I have the most experience of anybody up here.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lowry.
Well, I don't know about it.
No, the question for you. The question reads.
We'll just have to stop out there.
The question reads, District 8 includes other communities beyond just South Phoenix, and your comments seem to indicate your interest is only South Phoenix. What assurance is there that you, if elected, would fairly represent all of the communities in District 8?
Well, District 8, which I've been in all my life here in Phoenix, you know I do a lot of bragging on South Phoenix because I want to see so much happen in South Phoenix. And I don't think the city of Phoenix really understand that we have all kind of people in our district and with all types of talents and skills. And things that I don't know, I know people right here that can help me. You know, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm second to the smartest, but not the smartest. But I won't do anything without the people with me. You guys, if you vote for me, you will really have to become a friend because I'm going to need you. I'm in a position that a lot of other women are not in. A lot of my own people have turned against me because I'm a woman. They say voting against a man and all that. Casey, stop.
Thank you. Lawrence Robinson.
Tell the rest of it, but
there are two similar questions for you.
Well, pick one.
Did you get on the Roosevelt School Board to make your platform for city council? And the related question is, you were on the school board for less than a year and you decided to run for District 8. How do we know that you won't do the same again?
Well, my platform is identical with the Roosevelt School District Governing Board and for District 8. It's saying that it's more important to do something with the seat at the table than just to occupy it, no matter your race and what political dynasty or family that you come from. In the few short months I've been on the Roosevelt School Board, I've passed an initiative barring Sheriff Joe from divisive sweeps in our district. I've protected our kids with a comprehensive anti-bullying policy, and we're 2/3 of the way there to actually ensuring the funding for these after-school programs and honors programs and programs for the disabled children in our district. So, you can let my record speak for itself, but you can also let the state constitution speak for itself. It did two great things, and many more, but I'll talk about two. One, our state constitution gave the franchise to women to vote. Two, it allowed people to occupy at the same time a school board seat and one other seat of elected office in the state. Many of my endorsers, Leila Alston, who sits on the Phoenix Union Board and in the House of Reps, David Shapira, many others have occupied both roles because they understand that education leads to empowerment, economic development, and it's really the way to change the community from the ground up.
Time. Thank you very much. The final question is for Kate Gallegos. Your husband is a state legislator and a former chief of staff for the city council member, Michael Nowakowski, who has endorsed you. What influence will these politicians have on your ability to govern objectively?
I feel like I've been involved at the City of Phoenix since before my husband was there and before Councilman Nowakowski was elected, and I have a long record. I'm an independent woman, well-educated. I'd be the only MBA on the City Council, and I will be making my own decisions. It was my decision to run. I'm very grateful to have my husband's support, although I did surprise him a great deal. He said to me, "You've seen what it's like and you still think it's a good idea?" But the truth is, I've been down there and I've been involved in the City of Phoenix and been frustrated that we're not living up to our potential, that this community is not getting its fair share of resources, and I think that I have the best experience to go in there and do it. My platform is very unique. It's very different from my husband's. I have a lot of people who are supporting my campaign who haven't supported his or Councilman Nowakowski's. We have a great, broad coalition, and I'm very proud of it. And I am proud that my husband and I have both chosen public service, but we made our choices independently and will continue to do so.
Thank you very much.